We'll smash you. Mark my words. Mark this episode.
Smash
We will smash you at the Emirates. Isak Ikitike will score 2 goals.
you at the Emirates. This is good. Oh, God.
You get smashed.
It's smashed.
We're gonna win the league. Oh yeah. We're gonna win the league. We swear. We swear.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the We Gonna Win the League podcast. This week it's episode 17. So we're going to focus on games from game week 16. We've got all four of us here today. Dennis and Tom and myself, who pay the subscription. And James, who ends up when there's a little bit of banter.
Well, I turn up every now and again, don't I? So I can turn up today because it's Christmas week.
So, thank you, as always, goes out to John and Chris and the other couple of subscribers.
And Eddie.
All of you, please. And
Eddie as well now, is it?
Eddie now as well, yeah. He's a watcher.
Eddie.
Sweet.
Are they watching live, are they?
We're growing. That's
We're
great.
growing, mate. We're growing.
Growing out Liverpool's trophy cabinet.
Oh.
Anyway, so this week we'll start because we've got royalty here. And let's just get it out of the way with. We're going to start with the Arsenal and Wolves game. I'm not going to talk much about this one. I'm going to let James start because he is the guest this week. Feel free to come in. Don't wait for me to bring it in if you feel there's something valid. So James, 2 own goals for Wolves. Arsenal got a goal within that. Made the set, not the set pieces, but made the play when he got to the goals. What's your overview of the game?
It's a bit of a slow game, to be fair. We couldn't, and obviously, Wolves.
That's how I felt while watching it. What Thomas just
as
did.
Den said, as Den would say, Wolves parked the bus. You know, that's why Liverpool weren't winning a few months ago, because every team was parking the bus against them. So, yeah, they parked the bus, and then all of a sudden it was very hard to break them down. And Gyökeres was pretty crap, to be fair. Didn't get involved in the game much.
I agree.
He had one turn and had a shot, and that was about the best shot he had. But I don't even think he hit that cleanly, to be honest. And I think obviously we had Nketiah at left back, and then we had Ben White at right back, didn't we? And Saliba and was it early on? And a lot of it was like the old Arsenal from 2 years ago. A lot of it was going down the right wing, and it was Ben White, Saka, and Odegaard all trying to sort of mix up and try and feed their way through like they normally do. And nothing was going on the left wing. And Martinelli had odd bits of, well, he had odd chances, didn't he, Martinelli? One he headed across the goal, which he should have probably scored, to be fair, but he saw it a bit late. And the one in the second half, I think he kicked across the goal, didn't he? He was like running down the wing just before he got substituted.
Yeah, he ran the wing and missed it, yeah. Martinelli.
Yeah, but I think Trossard's more reliable because he's more clinical in front of goal. But I think they played Martinelli because they do have to switch him around a bit, don't they? And I'm surprised when we were struggling, and I don't think we scored to about the 60th minute, and it went straight in, off. It was a bit of a deadly corner, but the keeper should have dealt with it, to be fair. And he hit the bar and bounced off the goalie's head, didn't he? But the thing is I think we should have probably bought on Matchweek, and we never used him at all for some reason. And I think I'd have probably brought him on.
Yeah, but if you brought in Matchweek, then Saka would have been off, and you wouldn't have that first goal, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but after we scored the first
bring him
goal,
on left wing,
and we could have brought him on the left wing, couldn't we, for Martinelli? We didn't necessarily have to bring Trossard on when he's just come back from an injury. We could have brought Matchweek because he can play on.
He turned out to be the man of the match in that game. He's the one who's breaking down defence.
Trossard?
No, Saka.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we could have brought Matchweek on the left wing.
Yeah.
So we could have still brought him on the left wing, couldn't we? So that one, and obviously Trossard got injured the previous game. He went off limping, So it's a bit. I'd have thought it'd have been more wise to bring Matchweek on and give Trossard a proper rest. But anyway, so he brought on Trossard for Martinelli. Trossard had a chance, but he just kicked it wide, didn't he? And he went clear through at one point and miscontrolled it.
Yeah.
So, which I was quite surprised because Trossard don't often miscontrol it. But the main concern for me is Gyökeres at the moment because he's not getting involved enough. And at the moment, you'd even consider thinking about playing Marino or Jesus up front the way
I feel like
I think you give.
Gyökeres.
I think we give it one more game. Sorry.
Yeah, go on then. One more game.
I think we give it one more game with Gyökeres up front to about the 60th minute. And if he don't do nothing, I think he will eventually be on the bench and have to fight for his way back in the team. But then again, he's come back from an injury and a bit of a slow start. But you can't really use that as an excuse because Jesus has come back from an injury since January. And he's come back and he looks more with the pace and he looks more sharp.
Yeah,
So-
Jesus looked like he was up for the game. And Tom, you're a big fan of Gyökeres. We've probably all sat here and said, let's start Marino. What do you think about that analogy? But not just the analogy, also Gyökeres' performance.
Well,
Talk us a little bit about the defence's incapability with their goal as well, Wolves' goal.
well, the thing is, so Gyökeres, I mean, unfortunately, I am starting to have to agree. I'm starting to think that maybe that hope is a bit misguided. Just based on evidence, based on the evidence that he's played the past few games, he very often seems to be just not right where he needs to be. So there's a lot of times where either Saka or Trossard or Martinelli have crossed it in, and he's been half a yard just off where he was, and that's what happened. Basically against Wolves, where that was a tap in. Where if he was at the right place, then that should have gone in.
That ball Saka played across, you mean, don't you? That one he played across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a theory though.
So I am starting to, but I think that Gyökeres should be started for the next 2-3 games still, and then if he doesn't score in the first first half or first 60 minutes, then you bring in Jesus, who is admittedly looking quite sharp, and he's been off for the whole season pretty much.
It's not just scoring for me. He's not doing enough, is he? If he was making goals or he was turning and he was playing well, but he's not even playing well. That's the problem.
I've got a theory.
It don't matter if he don't score. It don't matter if he don't score if he's playing well.
Yeah, I've got a theory though.
What's your theory, Dan?
Maybe it's a Swedish thing.
No,
No, so Isaac never played well for Newcastle then.
yeah.
Well, new
That's
signing,
it.
innit, mate? New signing, different system.
He
taking
can't
away
play
from their
in
plot.
England because he's Swedish. It's a Swedish thing. Right, go on, carry on.
I think I will carry on, because that opinion was kind of worthless.
Well, it's pretty funny. Low joke. But, obviously,
I enjoyed it.
I mean, I think mainly, but Wolves just part of the bus. I mean, they had 5 in midfield, and 3 in defence, and they were very good at keeping their shape. I think the issue that I noticed as well was the players like Rice were just way off of their
Below par.
So Rice was. And there were many times where he could have sort of sprinted forward and tried to win a duel, but then drive the ball forwards. But he just wasn't doing it. And I think when you have got your key players, especially in midfield, that's why it went so much to Saka and on the left hand side to try and cross the ball. I mean, I think we did something like 30 balls or crosses in, so a lot of crossing in, and that's where I think our midfield just were not in shape today.
Also, at the end
On Saturday,
It's
the
not
end of
easy
the
to
game,
score, is it? When the team
also-
start to park the bus, though, did he?
Huh?
It's not easy to score against a
I
team
think
that
we lost
parks the
10
bus.
shots for
Something
that.
like
Right, carry on.
I think Ben's
It's easy
into
to
that.
score against Squad. I
That's-
still didn't
It's
understand.
not easy
We're
to score a
losing.
team when they just park the bus throughout the game.
Well, obviously not. That's the same for every
Well-
team, isn't it? But you were complaining about that 2 or 3 weeks ago when you lost 9 on the trot or whatever.
Dennis, can I ask you a question? Before you opinion on the Wolves goal, then, from a neutral fan, how did Arsenal's defence kind of not cope with the attack by Wolves and goalkeeping position?
You know what they say sometimes in football, you need a bit of luck, and that was the case with Arsenal. They tried to break Wolves' down defense, but just couldn't do it. It's a lot harder than.
Yeah, but he's asking you
Said-
about our defence, letting the goal in.
I mean, look, it takes an extraordinary kick to score against Raya. And that Wolves goal, the equalizer, was a perfect example. You know
what I think caused it? We went really deep when Zibamendi came off for what's his name? We had Odegaard and Eze on, didn't we? So we didn't have a holding midfielder, did we? And then Rice went back.
You can't make
deeper.
excuses against Wolves, mate.
So what caused it was we went deeper and deeper. Zibamendi came off. We had put 2 attacking midfielders. And that's what caused it, because obviously we ended up scoring from a corner. But at that stage, we had 2 attacking midfielders on, so we didn't just going for a gut. We didn't have the normal Zibamendi and Rice combination, did we?
Would you? Sorry, I can't. Just trying to think. Was Rice on at this point when Eze and Odegaard?
Rice was on, but I think Zibamendi had gone off. So we had Eze and Odegaard both on the pitch.
Would you expect more? Would you expect more from Rice from a defensive point of view, considering he started his career at centre back and he has more of that kind of defensive inkling on the pitch?
Oh, I just think I think
like
we used to
step up as the senior player to say, I'll take control.
I think once they got that ball in, it was Ngapia that weren't close enough to the defender. He should have been stepped in closer and headed the ball clear, but he weren't close enough to him.
And he was out of position as well, wasn't he? So it's not like was he playing left back? Did you say?
Yeah, he was at the start of the game, but then he got put into centre back when White got injured. So he had a different So he got put into centre back, and so him and Saliba, and then you had Timber and Skelly at fullbacks.
That's Saka's.
Can I just ask you one more controversial thing that I need to ask because it's on
the offside? I know.
That is one of them. So obviously, feel free to bring that one up. And the second one is Arsenal's defensive issues. I'm not going to sit around and say everyone has defensive issues because everyone does, but I think we're getting old with that argument. Do you think it's the way something needs to change within Arsenal's training regime? Because obviously it's happened a lot under Jurgen Klopp. It was heavy metal football. Players got injured very easily. It seems to be the same old story for Arsenal each season. Obviously, as a Liverpool fan, you've seen this with Jurgen Klopp, and he had to adjust his training methods to get a Premier League to look at.
No, I honestly don't think we've got defensive issues though, because the last 2-3 seasons we've had the best defence in the league. But it's not the best defence that's winning the league; it's the best attack. So I don't think we've got defensive. We've only let in 10 goals all season. I think that, and also we've had if we any other team who had like so we didn't have Saliba or Gabriel the last 2 games. So how can it be a defensive?
I'm just bringing up your comment you made about having defensive, not issues, but defensive injuries, should I say?
Yeah, I think the defensive injuries. I mean, we do get far too many injuries. I don't know why that is, but I ain't got a clue why that is. But like the fact,
every team has injuries, and you seem to be.
Yeah, but like they don't have both centre backs at the same time, do they?
I don't understand why you complaining about injuries. That's not. It's part of the game.
I'm not complaining. But
you either have a good backup playing.
No, hang on. He's saying we've got defensive issues. We've only let 10 goals in. We've got the best defence in the league, and that's without. And the last 2 games, we've not even had our own centre backs. We've had
that is fair enough. if you don't have that defensive issue, then why are you moaning about injuries? I don't understand why you keep bringing up injuries. There's injuries.
Because what I'm saying
a lot
to
of your
you,
injuries
what I'm saying to you. So hang on. So how would you get on with no Gomez or Van Dijk then
There is
against
no Gomez.
Chelsea?
Yeah,
Right,
of
yeah.
course we'll
So all
struggle,
right then.
but at
What's
the
his
same
name?
time,
Conte then. No go. Right, Conte and Van Dijk are injured.
Konate, if
You're
Konate
playing
is
Chelsea.
injured,
Hang on, now, you're playing Chelsea. Conte and Van Dijk are injured. You get battered.
no, we won't.
You get battered 3-0 with no Van Dijk and Conte. Don't come out with that rubbish. You
3-0.
get battered.
Mate.
You get battered, mate. We
Well,
done well
I'm
to
just saying,
survive.
if Liverpool might lose, if our main centre back might, but you have backups. You have young backups that's coming through the Arsenal team that are really.
That's down to the brilliant management of
Like
Arteta.
you said,
That's down to the brilliant
Saliba's been
management of
injured,
Arteta.
and you've only conceded 10 goals this season. So are you telling me that
Right.
the backup, what's his name, Hikanapi?
Yeah, but obviously Nkape and Mosquera ain't as good as Gabriel and Saliba.
Of
They're
course they're not
backup.
as
That's
good,
what they're
but they
backup.
didn't
So I
concede.
will come in and say something, right? Yeah. So I think what James was saying by like defensive issues is just that we don't have our main back four. I mean, that's what all he was saying. And like when you have different defense players in, then they need to get used to each other and the chemistry. And like even though we do have more players, you can't suddenly just have them all play well together because there's chemistry.
It's almost like a Liverpool team, and when all the new signings
going on. So what James was saying, I think, is that it's just a little bit more difficult when.
Of course, it is more difficult.
When you have injuries and you have to switch your
but
defenders.
the point is,
The chemistry isn't always there, so that's what he's saying, isn't it?
The point is, then, not only is it more difficult, but we've actually survived and only let 10 goals in with a weaker defence.
So,
and then why you?
So we've still got the strongest defence, even with
Liverpool has more injuries than
what
Arsenal.
What I'm saying to you is anyone would struggle with their two main centre backs out. That would happen to any team.
Yeah.
Man City had their two main centre backs out. That'd be the same with any team.
Yes. So what? So it's part of the game, man. We got bloody we've got no backup.
But
if Van Dijk and Konate who's going to cover for them? Which centre backs are you going to put without Van Dijk in it?
That's what I'm saying. You'd get smashed if you had Conte and Van Dijk. That's exactly
but we
what
don't
I'm
have
saying.
any backup. That's why. You've got backup.
Sorry?
You got main centre backs who's quite young.
Yeah,
who's
but that's
coming
down
up.
to the great management of Arteta that you don't like, that you say is crap.
He's won nothing. The same thing.
Yeah, but you can't say, you're saying, oh, well, you've got great backup. What was that down to? That's down to the management, isn't it?
I'd like to stop this, but he's making great content. So I feel
think
like
something else that I'll just
been a bit
now and say as well is another thing is, even though I do think that Arsenal did obviously struggle against Wolves, I think it shows a lot of determination that Arsenal
tenacity
fought until the end when I managed to get a win, because I think that could be one of the wins that like all teams actually look back on, like say down the line in like April and May, and look back and see how Arsenal won that game. Everyone was thinking that we actually would lose, and so I think that could be a game that could sort of change the tides,
Yeah, but like if you can't beat a team that's bottom of the table with 2 points, and if you can't score against them,
but we did beat them.
What's stopping the team to be doing the same tactic as they've done?
Well, so we did beat them. The other thing is we all know that football is often like this, in terms of there's often teams who you think you should be able to beat easily, will often shock you and can part the bus and can play very defensively and make it a very difficult job for you to win.
My point being, the reason why I'm saying
is that it's very good that Arsenal did manage to go over the line.
Yeah, by luck, mate. By luck.
I think. So luck always comes into games, yes, but I think it's the pressure that Arsenal put on them.
Like Aston Villa, I suppose.
Added to the.
Actually, while you're on the subject of Aston Villa, Dan, how did Aston Villa get on against How did they get on against?
Ham.
No, Wolves. I want to know how they got on against Wolves.
I don't know. They didn't play Wolves over the weekend. They played West Ham.
Yeah, they did. They played Wolves the other week. How did they get on against them? A couple of weeks ago.
I don't know. You tell me. You've been watching us.
Yeah, because you reckon Emery's better than Arteta, so you should know how they got on against.
Well, they won, didn't they?
Yeah, they won 1-0 by 1 goal. We just beat them by 1 goal. So what's the difference?
Right, let's move on to
The difference is Aston
last
Villa is
one-
not Arsenal.
Yeah, but Aston Villa are meant to beat them. They're meant to be this brilliant team with Emery.
Yeah, but Arsenal has been at this for 5 years. So you can't.
That's a great
Aston Villa
testament to how good they are. And they've been in the top. We've been challenging for 5 years. You've not been in it this year. Yeah,
Well, it doesn't matter, you know. Liverpool's already won the league last season, so.
It's 1-1 Bournemouth. Bournemouth have just got a goal, Semenyo.
Yeah.
So the one last bit of controversy was around Arsenal's opener. Some say Saka was marginally offside. VAR didn't intervene, but they seem to intervene for everything else. What is your takes on that? Quickly, briefly, just sharply.
Well, they said on Match of the Day they brought out all the rules, didn't they? They said because Saka weren't actually going for the ball and weren't interfering with play, that part of the rules the ref got it right, and they said he didn't go to touch the ball, he didn't challenge for the ball. They kicked the ball, the defender headed it off for a corner, and we got the corner. And they said there was no need to bring it back for an offside because Saka made no attempt to play the ball.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, Arsenal is Arsenal, you know. They look like they're gonna win the league, but we'll see this weekend's game and see if they can carry on.
Did you fall asleep when he asked you that question? You forgot what you were going to say, so you just said.
Tom, I'm assuming you agree with James.
Yeah.
I guess. Anything you want to add to it, or
no?
I don't want to add to it. No.
I don't have a can add to that, is there really? Because
no.
offside.
I just don't want to cut him off when he had something to say. So moving on to Liverpool then. 2-0 against Brighton. Ekitike showing he's the main man. What is your impression over the, some people say Liverpool's resilience to win the game, and, Salah come back into the team and he played pretty well. Just give us a brief overview, mate.
It'd be interesting to what James and Tom would say about the game. I don't know if they watch it, but yeah.
No, I didn't watch it.
Start with James.
I watched the highlights.
If you want to get the upper hand and say, how well Liverpool played.
The main thing I would say about that is that I think that proves that you should never have bought the Isak. So that was a waste of money. There's no point in buying Isak.
Well,
that's what I say.
Well, we didn't expect
guys, that was a great analogy. So
fantastic.
Moving on.
There's just no need for him, is there?
He said that the last 3 weeks.
Let me tell you something.
You don't need Isak.
Isak is player, mate. Isak is on a 6-year contract, same as Ekitike. So to judge him at this early first 4 months of his career at Liverpool, it's very, very moronic to say that he's not going to succeed at Liverpool.
I don't think it's a moronic thing to do at all, actually.
No. But you don't know if what if Ekitike gets in.
There are loads of other fans who actually are saying exactly the same as me, and saying that he threw his toys out the pram and tried to argue and tried to struggle with training and be a bad sort of player. And then he comes to you and he's not even fit because he's decided to not train.
Well, in order to be fit, it would need some more game time.
You bought Ekitike before you bought Isak. Personally, I think that's quite disrespectful towards Ekitike.
How?
Because you buy him as your main striker, and then you go for another striker and pay a hell of a lot more for that striker, and that just goes to show Liverpool were undecided as to what they were actually doing.
No,
And that's-
we bought Isak for a reason.
You were raving about Isa.
Yeah, I know,
What?
right?
You were
Well,
You all
raving.
remember when the show first started, when the first 2 episodes, Tom was
I mean,
saying,
I never
I'm a bit
liked
worried
these,
about
then.
EJ.
I
Oh,
like-
Tom was all
that.
over Isa like a wet rash.
well, it's time to
I never
compare him
liked
to
these,
Gyökeres, you see.
like ever.
So anyway, yeah, going through the game, Craig.
You shouldn't have a player who thinks he's bigger than the club, and that's exactly what happened with Mo Salah as well. So there you
I
go.
didn't realise Isak was displaying that energy.
Now, well, he was like back in Newcastle.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's allowed to, any Tom, to shit on a club as small as Newcastle, so it's okay.
Well, no, because that's bad attitude, and that stinks.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, you can be a bad attitude.
Don't
if
like
you
it, mate.
scored-
Don't like it.
if you
Right, come
won
on,
the
Dan. Give us an
trophy.
overview of the
Waste
game.
of a player for you. Mark my words. Waste of a
My
player.
words,
For you.
my words. Isak will score more goals than Gyökeres. Eventually,
How many goals has he scored so far?
2.
Has he scored 2, has he?
Yeah, one
Yeah,
in the
no,
league,
in the
cup
league.
and one
No,
in the Premier
league.
League.
God's old competitions in the league. How many has he scored in the league?
Oh, he scored 1 goal in the league.
One in the league, yeah.
Oh.
Well, because he's not been playing. Yeah. Anyway, so going into the game, it's
It was a waste of space. That's why.
well, we'll see, mate. We'll see. Anyway, going into this game, Liverpool playing at home, so there's a big expectation already that they have to win this game. You know,
Hang on a sec. Hang on. Who did they play? I forgot. Who were they playing again, then?
Brighton, mate.
Who? Brighton. Oh, Brighton. That's quite. Oh, yeah, because I said about Welbeck coming on, didn't I? Yeah, that was him. But he didn't come on, did he?
No, because obviously they didn't want him. They didn't want Brighton to win, so they put him on the bench.
Right. Anyway, carry on then. Go on.
What a dickhead, man. So yeah,
another home game though. So that's an easy game for Liverpool, really.
No, it wasn't an easy game. You know, when you play at home, when you've been on a bad run form, it's a lot of pressure. So this was a must-win game again for Slot. So
yeah, but all our games have been easy because we've had loads of home games. So surely yours should have all been easy, that home games. Come on. Anyway,
well, you know, you haven't sold any players, mate. I don't know what you're on about. Like you bought in more players.
We'll get to that bit after. Let's get through the game first. Give me your opinion of the game, then.
So the game started really well. Brighton fell asleep within the first minute, which gave Ekitike to take a shot within 46 seconds and slotted the first goal. So that was that type of player he is. You know, he just wants to win games for his team and really work really hard. And going into the game, 10, 15 minutes, we're ahead. We still look strong. Brighton showed some power. I think they tried to fight back, but you know, Konate, Kerkes on the left, they did pretty well on the defense side. Gomez started this game. Obviously, he got injured within 25 minutes, which he had to come off. And the most surprising player to come on was Mo Salah. People thought he wasn't going to play in this game because of all the shit that's been going on lately. Obviously, he was going to come on. You know, either earlier or sooner. I expect him to come on within 18 minutes, I suppose, to give him a, one goodbye. But Gomez got injured. He came on, and then as soon as he was on the field, he immediately made an impact. Gave Brighton the more issues they have. And then we got a corner. Salah taking the corner. And then the second goal came in with Ekitike's header. So great goal, man. Great goal. So it was a must-win game. We did really well. And
Alisson took a few good shots, didn't he? And Alisson kind of stepped up in parts of the game.
Alisson really stepped up. He saved like one crucial goal.
I saw some good shots on Brighton. Low odds.
That number 8, Stain Grood, he's got like a bit about him, hasn't he? Like that Brighton's number 8.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Welbeck didn't come on. You know, I thought Welbeck would come on because he's like their top goal scorer.
Yeah, that was kind of weird though. Like you think Welbeck would be would cause a bit more issues on Liverpool's defense, but he didn't come on, which is lucky for us, I suppose. So I don't know what the manager.
Maybe they were being a bit complacent. The Brighton thing.
Yeah,
no, it's only Liverpool.
Gruder, that's his name, the number 8. Gruder, he had a good game, I thought. So you know what? He looks like a player who could play I don't want to say a bigger team, but a team who beats higher up. Tom, James, we've seen, and the reason I give it to both of you because I know you both feed off each other as Arsenal fans. Liverpool, we've seen this a couple of times now where they've won a game and then had a not so great game after, or have defensive vulnerabilities. Did you see any of this game or any highlights of the game? Anything that you can contribute on?
I mainly saw highlights, but I did say quite a few chances for Brighton. Like you say, I saw Alisson make quite some really good, outstanding saves actually, and it weren't like they were skying them neither. They were quite hard and low shots, like they were fairly accurate. That give most keepers a lot of trouble. But obviously, Alisson dealt with it well because he's a top class keeper. But I do think that there's still issues at the back for Liverpool from what I saw.
And Tom, do you agree with that? Anything you want to come in on with that one? Anything you want to feed on?
He hasn't watched the game, so obviously,
I think Ekitike's header was really class. That header he scored.
Yeah.
He leaped quite high for that, didn't he? And he's a good ball in by Salah. He took the corner, didn't he?
Well, I've noticed
like a free header as well.
Space as well, Ekitike. Ekitike's got a good away in space.
So
he's fast. He's fast. Yeah.
I didn't watch the highlights either, so I can't really comment exactly on the gameplay. But I mean, it's good for you guys, isn't it?
It was a good game.
So I imagine that would be good for your confidence. I have actually listened to quite a few podcasts, and so they were all sort of saying that it's a pretty good result for you guys, and it should help with building your confidence. So I wish you luck.
Who have they got again? Who have they got next team, Liverpool?
We got your rivals, mate, away.
Which ones?
Who's that?
Man United? What? Who?
I just want to say, Man United scored. So you're back in 7. Man United have scored.
Have they? Oh, that's a shame.
Liverpool
play Spurs on Saturday. Before Christmas.
Oh.
I think that's.
Oh well, that's a nice easy game, man. You should.
Yeah.
Is that at home?
It's away. It's at home for Spurs, yes, but it's gonna be difficult. Going always away games always difficult these days.
Dennis, can I quickly bring up? Oh,
yeah, go on.
Did you just turn into a woman there, speaking really quick? Then,
Dennis spoke there about his lips moving. Oh my god!
No, my internet is so slow tonight. I don't know what's going on.
You should fix the internet, boy.
The Brighton game was the last game Salah was going to be involved in until at least 15th of January if he does come back. Do you think this is an opportunity now for
to step up,
integrating Isak into the team in Salah's absence, or do you think he's just going to carry on using Sabas like right midfield? I don't really know what position he's going to play.
At the moment, I think Liverpool team right now has got good momentum. We haven't lost a game for 4 games now. We drew what? We drew. We won against Inter Milan last week, and we won this weekend. I think Slot is not going to make like a drastic change into the team. I think he's going to play Jones, Curtis Jones again. It'll probably be the same team against Spurs, but I think I agree with you. I think Isak needs more time to play. I'm hoping that he will start with Ekitike on Saturday, just to really, test him out. He needs more game time.
Right. Again, yeah. So if Isak does start, then what formation? They're going to be 4-4-2, because
it'll be a 4-4-2 formation, but with a diamond in the middle, kind of like we did.
4-1-2-1-2.
So, can I just ask, what was Slot's plan for when Salah went to Africa? Then, what was his plan for right wing?
I think it was just. Unfortunately, Chiesa probably fits there the best, but I don't think he likes Chiesa.
He's gonna have Curtis Jones.
Jones.
I love Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones. Well, he was the one who was meant to play on the right wing. Curtis Jones or Chiesa.
Well, we don't have a direct replacement for Mo Salah. The only player that I can think of is Chiesa. Like,
But hang on. This is this great manager you're on about. Hang on. You knew. Slot would have known in the summer that the African Nations Cup would have been on, so he would have known that Salah needed replacing. So who did he bring in?
What we said all along, James. That
Who did he bring in from?
He's not got an idea of what he's doing. I mean, he buys Ekitike, but then buys Isak. When like if you buy a main striker, then obviously that should be your main striker.
No, because we're not playing that system. We're not going to play on the right wing. We have.
We're not focus on the right wing and left wing and stuff. But like,
You're not going to play with no winger.
We have Florian Wirtz that can play on the right. That can dip into the right. Like he did against who did we play last weekend? He did really well. So for me, Florian Wirtz can take the right wing. And
I think he played Gakpo at the right wing. So
Gakpo is currently injured. He's out for a while.
Yeah, but this was probably what the plan was, is to use Gakpo on the left and Wirtz on the right, or vice versa.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean,
and not only that, Ekitike was replacement for Diaz. Isak was replacement for Nunes. Unfortunately, you can't replace a player like Jota either, because obviously you haven't got any revenue for that. You can't. I suppose Jota could play anywhere across that front line. Anyway,
Jota reminded me.
He was a bit
Jota
like
was the same type of player as Trossard, wasn't he?
Yeah, a bit like Trossard, Dirk Kuyt. He was he could play anywhere really. So unfortunately, I don't know if that dents any. But I think
Ekitike and can play on the left. Isak will be up front, and obviously Florian Wirtz going to be on the right side. And then you'll have Szoboszlai on midfield and with McAllister. For me, that would be my team if I had to start them.
So did you say Kante got injured, didn't he? Konate, that's what I mean. Sorry, Konate.
No, he's not injured. Gomez got injured.
So Gomez got. So who's going to play right back then next game?
Well, we'll have Bradley, who's back from suspension because he had a yellow card. That's why he didn't play over the weekend. He was banned for one game.
Right. So you're going to have Bradley.
Bradley coming back. That means it would allow Szoboszlai will play on the right. I think if it's the same team, if Isak doesn't start, you'll have Szoboszlai playing on the right. Well,
isn't Szoboszlai like a defensive midfielder, really?
Yeah.
He's more of an attacking. He's always played attack. He's always attacking.
Yeah. Well, ideally, I want Isak to be playing just to prove to Tom that he's going to score more goals than Gyökeres.
Why would Slot even bother to change his formation? Because this is what's working for you guys. So, like, why would he need to bring on Isak? I mean, that's why I say that Isak is a wasted sort of buy for you guys, because he's finally found that basically this formation and these players work for him. Like Isak wasn't in this sort of team a lot. So
but you always need squad players.
So why does he need him?
You have these two talented strikers that can play. If once he find a solution of them playing at the start, they'll get the goals in. But right now,
I mean, it's not as black as white as what you're saying, Tom. You're making it sound like Isak had a full pre-season. He come in and he started the season with Liverpool. He didn't have any pre-season. He come in at the end of the transfer window, so he's had to regain fitness from May.
And he's absolutely not fit, Craig. Like, you can see him when he came on against Brighton within 70 or 75 minutes. He was just like tired all the time. So he's not. He needs to go to the fucking gym, mate. Like, he needs to work out gym like what Mo Salah does. But
it's not just that. It's getting integrated in the squad as well.
Yeah.
Is Frimpong still injured?
Yeah, he's still out. Yeah.
Frimpong, bloody hell. Yeah.
So you see, there's injuries happening everywhere, and I can see why Slot has, because Frimpong was meant to. Actually, I tell you what, it's a good shout, James. Actually, I think Frimpong at the start of the season was playing right midfield, wasn't he?
Yeah, he would have probably played.
He was moved into the middle a bit behind Ekitike, and Frimpong was playing on the right wing at some points as well. So
yeah, he probably would have played that side, or right back, either right back or right wing.
Yeah, he played right wing back for Leverkusen, but from Man City, before Leverkusen brought him up Man City, he played right wing. So he was another solution. Unfortunately, all these teams got injuries, and it's not just one team who gets injuries. when you break it down, you look at Liverpool have got more injuries when you keep breaking the players down. You forget, don't you?
I think if we beat Spurs this weekend, just before Christmas, and then we got a week until after Christmas we have a week until the transfer window open, and I can guarantee you Liverpool will buy a centre back, a new defender in January. They have to, because there's no other choice. Either bring in Mark Goey from Crystal Palace if they still want to move to us, and have him in the team. And I guarantee you, once we get the centre back defense signing in January, we'll be back on our feet. Like I think we'll be back on top four. We just need that new defensive centre back that needs to come in, and he should be worried because once Isak is fit, and he
But we should be worried, Arsenal.
you should be worried. Yeah, because we got
Well,
games.
Arsenal should be
Because we
worried.
gotta come to Emirates, mate. We gotta come to Emirates in Jan. So once we have once Slot finds a way to put Isak and Ekitike together up front, and we have a new centre back playing, you should be worried because we're gonna come to Emirates.
So where's
We will come
Isak?
to Emirates Stadium, and we're
Where's
gonna smash
Isaac?
you. If
Is Isaac going to play on the right wing? Is he? Is Isaac going to play on the wing?
It doesn't matter when we're gonna play. There's plenty of cover in the right wing. It's not just Mo Salah or fucking But you should be worried about once we figure out how to play those two strikers up front. You should be worried.
Not really, because we've got a great defence.
Oh well, you can have a great defense.
We've got the best defence, mate. Gabriel's back there, mate.
Mate,
Gabriel and Saliba will have back.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
You realise we're running
Hey, Craig, we're gonna win so much against Arsenal. If you can stop winning, we're gonna win so much against Arsenal.
No,
We're
you're
gonna score so many goals in the Emirates. We can't stop winning.
No, the saying is we're going to win so much you might even get sick of us winning. And you're going to say, Mr. James, that's too much winning. I'm going to say, no, it isn't. We need to win more. We need to win more, Dennis.
Dennis, do you want to bring up the West Ham and Aston Villa game, which was quite a thriller?
Wow.
What a game. I mean, I
What
thought I could see it go quick at the start of the game, but West Ham's, was it West Ham?
Yeah, West Ham at home.
West Ham scored first, yeah. Did you watch the game, mate?
I watched
3-2, wasn't it?
I saw the match of the day, but what's his name? So Ekitike on Saturday scored within 46 seconds, which was the fastest this season so far. And
I didn't know he played for Aston Villa and West Ham.
Hmm?
I didn't know Ekitike played for Aston Villa
And
West
that
Ham.
only lasted within 24 hours, and he was replaced by West Ham player. Was scored within 26 seconds, by the way. So that's one of the fastest goals this season.
Oh, sorry, you did have a point.
What were Aston Villa playing at the back there? I mean,
It was a great game. I think West Ham really showed some power to get them goals in, but Ollie Watkins scored a header to equalise. Such a great player he is. I felt like Arsenal should have signed Ollie Watkins than Gyökeres, but somehow they missed that out. Now he's playing so well for Aston Villa.
Yeah, but hang on. Watkins had a terrible run at the end of the last season. He had a terrible goal drought, didn't he?
Well, because the system wasn't working then. Now the system is finally working for Aston Villa.
Oh, well, maybe the system ain't working for Gyökeres then. Maybe the system ain't working for Gyökeres.
But you wanted a goal-scoring striker that's just going to fit in well, and Gyökeres wasn't ready for the Premier League.
Yeah, but Watkins was
It
like...
takes time. I mean,
You don't have time to Arteta will get the sack at the end of the season. You don't win the Premier League. You don't win the Premier League. Arteta will you don't have time. You can take time.
On fire.
Stop saying time.
A game for like 3 months.
You don't have time, mate.
It takes time for like strikers to actually get integrated.
The fan base will get Arteta the sack like they did to Arsene Wenger when he wasn't winning at all at the end of his career at Arsenal. So
Dennis, at the moment we have got time because we can only win a trophy when the trophy's presented to us. We can't win a trophy before the season's over, mate. So
exactly, James. You don't win a trophy until the season's over, but you're acting like you've already lifted the fucking Premier League trophy, are you? Every fucking week you keep saying, "Oh, we're gonna win the league. Oh, it's gonna be great. We're gonna win the league." Podcast.
I'll tell you
hang on. I don't think we're gonna win the league. I think we're gonna win everything.
I'll tell you one thing. If I was an Arsenal fan after that performance, you could look at it like Tom said. It was good resilience. I've noticed if Arsenal scrape a win, any other team it would be God. They only just got that win. But for Tom, if Arsenal scrape the win, it's resilience. We did well to keep fighting. We did well to get 2 own goals. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, you had Manchester City 3-0. Aston Villa that won by 3-2 against West Ham.
And that's great through in the end, didn't it?
And Chelsea won 2-0 as well. It's like there's not a lot of breathing space for Arsenal to
lose
points.
No, that's why it's great. That's why it's great that like we fought and won.
So yeah, well, I'm just saying, like,
there you go. Yeah,
I'm just saying. I think a couple of pods ago, he said, I can't see Arsenal losing another 2-3 games, and then they lost against Aston Villa. They still got Man City, Chelsea.
I then said that we obviously will lose a game or two because it's a long season, didn't I? So like I did say that. You can't
afford to lose, though, can you?
Just as a host, I'm just trying to say to you, how do you feel as an Arsenal fan? Just let me finish. How do you feel as an Arsenal fan knowing Man City didn't just win, they demolished Crystal Palace? Aston Villa had their own resilience by winning 3-2 against West Ham and coming back. And Chelsea also put Everton in the rightful place. How do you feel knowing that teams aren't giving you any little bit of breathing space, knowing that you slipped up against Aston Villa and, you scraped the win against Wolves? How do you feel about that?
I think that the only team that I'm really worried about is Man City now. Well, I know that before I said that Chelsea were doing well, but the past 2 or 3 games that Chelsea have played very well. And I think it's mainly because of Haaland is just such a sensational striker.
And Foden's playing well.
Man City are brilliant, mainly feeding him to score goals. And I think in that game against Crystal Palace, he had 5 touches and scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between when we're talking about Gyökeres, he has 5 touches and scores nothing.
Jake had another assist as well, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Whereas Haaland, and that is worrying me. Yeah.
I think it's came at a good time.
I
think that win came at a good time for us because we let a goal in the 94th minute or something, and then we scored again in the 96th minute, and we could have easily drawn that game. But I do think that was a bit of a turning point because at the same time, it's give us momentum because we've won and we've got away with it. We got lucky, but at the same time, we've got a week off now, right till Everton. Whereas Man City have got to play in the League Cup on Wednesday. Whereas we will have that next week, obviously. But we needed. Sorry.
Would that be a wake up?
We needed
point for Arteta. Like you nearly drew against Wolves. Would that be like a red flag?
Well, I mean that's another.
Hang on. Yeah, wake up.
Yeah, because there is a lot to learn from, and so that's another great thing that's coming out of that. Just to win.
I don't think
it means that there's a lot for him to learn from and to try to play different balls in and all that sort of stuff and tactics.
To be honest, I don't think it's a wake up Arteta because he's just gone another 18-game unbeaten run. So it's hardly a wake up Arteta moment, is it? If you've gone on an 18-game unbeaten run and then you've lost 1 to Aston Villa, that's not like, oh shit, we're in crisis mode, is it? If we go on another 18, say we go on another 18.
Well, I suppose what Den means, though, James, is that he's saying that if we want to win the league, then that is a bit of a wake up call because
if we want to win the league, we go on another 18-game run and we win the league.
Lose a lot of games, so that's why
win the league already. He's talking about
that is a game that actually.
I told you, Liverpool's going to smash you when we come to Emirates, mate.
You never win at the Emirates. How often do you win at the Emirates? Don't be ridiculous.
All the time, mate. We're
lucky to get a draw, mate.
Every couple of years, we'll fucking beat you. You might get a draw. If you're lucky, you might get a draw against us, but we will smash you.
You ain't got Salah, by the way.
Mark my words, Isak will score against you. Well, if he plays with Ikitiki, he will smash a goal in. and I can do that to Tom when he does.
Oh,
So,
Can we start to conclude this episode, because it has been a pretty good episode. As it stands, Manchester United and Bournemouth are 2-2 currently.
no, the equaliser going to be.
Yeah. So obviously we're looking ahead to next weekend. Just want to look at your predictions for. Let's all do the predictions for the top games for next weekend. So let's start with Arsenal and Everton. How do we think that's going to go? Let's start with Dennis. Everton versus Arsenal.
Oh,
okay,
God,
now
sorry.
that's a difficult one, Craig. two teams I don't want to see win, but I think Arsenal. Again, another lock by fixture. You know, they scrape a win against Wolves, and then they get Everton next, which is look pretty easy on the team sheet. So I think
Everton have played very well, like some games. And that's the whole point about
so.
this league, right? This league, they're teams who have played very well against other teams when they've been expected to like not play very well,
Tom,
and vice versa. So like, this league is great. And that's why it's great, because like it's hard to predict every game, right?
Here's my prediction for you. It'll be 2-0 to Arsenal, unfortunately.
Okay, Tom.
Well, like that actually was my prediction as well.
And James.
I'm going to say 2-0 as well. I think, yeah, I think it'd be 2-0. I just think.
Pains me to say it.
I can't see Everton.
No, yeah.
Having enough against us, to be honest, and I think we'll be well rested. I think Rice will be back to himself because he only went off with an illness, didn't he? So and I think Zibamendi will play. I think obviously it'll be either Eza or Odegaard. We'll play Gyökeres. I think we'll play Trossard instead of Martinelli and Saka, and then I think Maduenko come on at some point in that game. But yeah, I think we'll have too strong for him, and I think, and I don't think it's long till Gabriel gets back now, which will be brilliant when he gets back. That'll provide the corner threat again, corner FC for Dennis.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Arsenal. It's late. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff at Everton as well, so I just think 2-1. Tom, we'll start with you. Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool at 5:30.
Yeah.
Sort of you on this one.
What a fixture, hey? Your
dog
team.
Tottenham 2-1. Yeah.
2-1 to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Wow.
James.
Hey James, he just put Spurs 2-1, mate. Unreal. And he's an Arsenal fan.
Because they're at home.
So is Everton, mate.
We've Arsenal.
It's not a weird fixture, isn't it? Your rivals will play.
Yeah, but he's got to say what he thinks. He
Well,
can't go
Arsenal
and
way
say
better than
something.
Everton, but then I don't think that you're that different to Spurs. So there you go.
What was your prediction again?
2-1.
We're 2-1 to Spurs.
Okay.
James.
I think Tottenham have got a lot of injuries. So I think it'll be tight. I think it'll be close. But I think they're tighten up at the back because they've just lost 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. So I'm going to say 1-1.
And Dan?
I'll go for 4-0 to Liverpool.
I tell you what, this is gonna be, I can't look forward to this game.
We've done it every year, James.
I can't wait to see Liverpool lose this game now. I cannot wait to see you lose them.
We smash Spurs all the time. Liverpool will smash Spurs 4-0. We'll do you a favour. We'll beat them 4-0 for you. Okay. Be happy.
That's a favour. They're nowhere near us. What are you on?
And then you have a sing against Spurs, even more.
I'm going to say 1-0 Liverpool. I think
We'll
it's
do you a favour against Everton and beat them 2-0.
it's going to be 1-0 to Liverpool. Tottenham are having a Tottenham season, aren't they? Let's be honest. They're having
You never know with Tottenham, they're up and down. Aren't they?
and they're having a Tottenham season before Christmas, which just says everything. Let's quickly do Aston Villa, Manchester United. James.
It's at Villa Park, isn't it?
It's at
Yeah.
Villa, yeah.
Yeah, I think Aston Villa will be too much for them. I reckon it's going to be 2-1 to Aston Villa. I think it'll be tight, but I think Aston Villa will snatch it.
Yeah, Dennis
Same for me, 2-1 to Aston Villa.
and Tom.
I actually had the same thing. 2-1 to Aston Villa as well.
I'm going to go 3-1 Aston Villa. Just
I believe in that. Yeah.
3-1. And then the last one, actually, no, last two. Sorry, I know it's getting late. Last two.
Man City, surely?
Manchester City, I'm going to go 5-0 against West Ham. 5-0 against West Ham. Let's go backwards now. James, what do you think it'll be?
Who did West Ham just play? They give them a good game. It was Villa,
Aston
wasn't it?
Villa.
Yeah.
But West Ham were at home, whereas...
Funny enough, I think West Ham are one of them teams that used to always give teams at the top trouble. So I think it's going to be tighter than you think. I think it's going to be 2-1 Man City.
Ooh, Tom
I think it'll be another 3-0 for Man City.
and Dan.
I think if Arsenal wins 2-0 against Everton, I can see Man City might drop points here. I'll go for a draw.
Yeah, but Man City are playing first then.
I understand that, but West Ham is West Ham, isn't
Well,
it?
they're not going to know whether Arsenal won against Everton.
What the fuck? Dan, makes no sense.
I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2, okay. And the last game, the game I'll tell you what, next weekend is one of the best Premier League.
Oh.
Next weekend is going to be a juicy Premier League weekend because we start with Newcastle versus Chelsea, which is going to be a really good game. I'm going to go with 2 Newcastle Chelsea. Dennis, 2-2. I'm going 2-2 Newcastle Chelsea. What are you thinking?
Chelsea 2-1
Tom?
against Newcastle.
I think it'd be 2-2.
2-2. I said the same. And James?
Are they playing before Arsenal or after? Yeah, I think Chelsea will win against Newcastle. They'll win. I reckon
Yeah, they'll win.
2-1. 3-1 actually. I'm going to go 3.
Okay. Perfect. Well, that's the end of that new prediction. Does anybody fancy doing Howler and Player of the Week?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We're going to an hour now, by the way, so we're on an hour.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
I haven't seen all the
The file's
games.
too big for me to edit. So, Dennis, Howler and Player of the Week. I'm just going in the way my screen is, by the way. Dennis is the first person.
Howler of the week is the Wolves keeper for scoring the own goal from a corner. He should have done better, but that Saka's corner was impossible to catch. So, yeah, Howler of the week. What's his name again?
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
Johnston, yeah.
And player of the week is Ikitike scoring 2 goals for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Tom, yours?
My player of the week, I think, is Ekitike. Yeah, because those two were just fantastic goals, and I really like him as a player. Actually, I think he's better than Henry. Actually, is
it because he's French, Tom? You like because he's French?
Well, there obviously is a strong connection. Yeah, because I was born in France, so like I do have a natural gravitational pull towards French players.
Fair play.
But no, like they both were great goals, fantastic. And Howler of the week for me, Howler of the week actually this week goes to a whole team. It goes to Crystal Palace because they let Man City beat them 3-0. That's the Howler.
And James, what's your?
I think it probably will be. Yeah, I think the Howler will probably be one of the own goals. So either It'd probably be more the goalkeeper, really, because I think he should have really dealt with that more than the actual player who had it in his own net, because he just couldn't get out of the way of it, could he? So I'd probably go for Howler, the goalkeeper. And player of the week, I'm going to go for Emerald Smith-Rowe for Fulham,
Oh, Smith.
because I think he's started to hit some form, and he's our ex-player, and I think he's playing well now, and he's getting in the team. So,
So for my player of the week, I was iffy and arguing for two players, but I'm going to go for the one that deserves it more, because it's. I was going to say Haaland, but I think we're getting too used to Haaland now being the player of the week. I'm going to go Morgan Rogers for basically pulling Aston Villa back out.
Oh yeah, he did well.
yeah,
I forgot about him. He scored
cracking
two.
goal to make it unbelievable.
He scored both goals, didn't he?
And the whole of the week, I'm surprised nobody said this, and this is just, I would not want to be this player, is Watermaida for Newcastle.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, that was
Oh,
another
no,
goal.
the derby.
The derby, like that to make. Oh, so
Mate, that header, though, man. He
I
scored the
think
wrong
it
goal.
was a great goal. It was a great goal. He scored a right good goal, but I would not want to be him in Newcastle, so he's definitely the howler. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny, though. That is pretty funny.
Everyone,
The only reason I went for Smith-Rowe is because he scored 2 goals on the trot now, and he's been getting in the team, and so I thought
he
because he's
deserves
out.
it as well, because I think he's a player with probably a little bit unlucky with injuries.
Yeah.
A really good player. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Absolutely fantastic as always. It means a lot. Again, if anyone's out there wants to join and give you an opinion, more than welcome. Just get in touch with one of us. Thank you very much, and until next time, see you soon.
Oh, I've got one thing to say before we go.
As always, someone has one thing to say. Go on.
So Arsenal will be Arsenal, and we'll win the league, Dennis. Arsenal will be Arsenal, because that's what you said, wasn't it? Arsenal will be Arsenal.
Arsenal are Arsenal, mate. They always find a way to crawl up the top and somehow slip over when the time is near. So once we see you at the
Well, we're
Emirates
going to go now.
Stadium,
Right, see you later.